you hate the thought of working past 55 or 60? Do you hate not being able to live the life you deserve today? Do you hate not knowing what your financial future looks like? It's time to stop doing what you hate. Here's your host, Mr. Harold Green.
Hello, everybody. This is Harold Green of Bridetree Financial Group, and it is time to stop doing what you hate. And I hope you're having a fantastic day today. It's a Monday for me, and we're just coming off of the Easter holiday, and hopefully everyone had a good time with their family and their friends, and just getting together and understanding the whole meaning behind the Easter season. I believe it's a time to reconnect with faith, also family and friends, and just celebrate. And for me, it was good because I had a chance to just sit down and reflect on where I was in my own spiritual life. And as you guys all know, I'm a Christian. I do believe in the Lord. And it just gave me an opportunity just to sit down and read and just kind of read through my Bible and read through the events and different things like that. And then just to kind of put it into the proper perspective. And one of the things I've realized is that I am a human. I am not perfect. I am prone to error. I am prone to mistakes. And I need forgiveness. And that's just part of what the whole Easter season is about, is just being accepted, being forgiven, and then learning from there and moving on and learning what the Lord can help you do in your life and the direction that he has for you. And again, this is not for everybody. I'm just sharing with you my personal life and how I live life. And so with that being said, I want to get into today's show, and the title is going to be HG's Top Picks. And I decided to do this show because I have a lot of clients and I talk to a lot of people. And people always ask me, like, okay, so which stock should I be buying right now? Is this a good stock to buy? What should I be buying right now? Or where should my money be? And I get these questions a lot, and I do my best to answer them carefully, because investments do carry the risk of loss. And before I advise anybody, I do tell them to go and do your own due diligence and talk to an advisor, because past performance is no results, and investments do carry risk of loss, right? It's very important to understand that. So I want to get into some of my top picks today. And so are you ready? 1, 2, 3, let's get it. So I want to get into some of my top picks, and just to kind of give you guys an idea of where my mind is, and then how do I pick some of the stuff that I pick for my client's portfolio, because it ain't easy. It takes a lot of research to find stocks that make sense for your portfolios. And so we have the long-term portfolio, the short-term portfolio, and we have the intermediate portfolio. And the other day I was just watching a show, and they were doing commentary. I love watching financial commentary. I listen to a lot of stuff, but then I go and I look at, what the numbers tell me. So it's okay to hear things on TV and then do research, but you got to look at what the numbers tell you about what people say. You just can't believe what people say without looking at the numbers to back this stuff up. All right. So are you guys ready? I don't know if I said it. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, let's get it. And if I said it already, let's get it again. So HG's top picks. And I'm going to start with one that, man, this stock has been under the radar, and not too many people are talking about it. You'll hear people say stuff about it here and there, but you just won't hear a lot, because it's not one of the sexy high flyers. Unless you're an investment advisor or a trader, professional trader, you probably won't know about this stock. And this stock is Archer Daniels Midland. And basically they are the number one producer of food and beverage ingredients. And then as well as goods made from agricultural products. They process oil seeds, corn, wheat, cocoa, and other foodstuffs. Moreover, it engages in the manufacturing, sale, and distribution of products like natural flavor ingredients, flavor systems, natural colors, proteins, emulsifiers, soluble fiber, polyols, hydrocolloids, all kinds of stuff. And from day one, the beginning of the year, even into last year, they were talking about a possible recession, a possible stock market crash, a possible, huge downturn. And I thought about it and I said, well, if we do go into a recession, what is everybody going to need? People are going to need something to eat. People are going to need food. They may not travel as much. They may not, do as much other stuff, but people are going to need to eat. And I've said this to myself many times, and I've always thought this. Every time there's economic hardship in our country, what are the first sectors that normally lead us out of these types of things? What are the first things that you see, turn around and it gives us signs of recovering the economy? To me, it's eating out and retail shopping. Those are the things that I feel that will lead us out of economic recovery. They're going to be the strong sectors. And sure enough, if I go in and look at this Archer Daniel Midland company, this month alone, they're up 14.9%. The last 3 months, they're up 35%. The last 6 months, they're up 51%. And year to date, they're up 42.76%. Year to date. We're just in April, mind you. And this is just proof that this theory that I have in my head is correct. And so, a lot of times when I'm buying stocks and I'm making trades and different things like that, these are the kinds of things that I'm looking at. It's correlation or causation or whatnot. What is going to cause a stock to go up? What is going to cause a stock to go down? Where are we now? Where will we be in 3 or 4 months? And we're going to be in like 6 months. Now, mind you, this is a rotation stock because I don't think it's going to perform like this forever. This is just a space and time that the stock is performing well, and it's performing well for a number of different reasons. I talked in my last show about PE ratios, right? Whether you have high PE ratios or low PE ratios, these are some of the things that people look at when they're buying stocks. One of the other things they also look at is expected earnings per share. And so when you analyze a stock like Archer Daniels Midland, it has an earnings per share over the next 35 years of 1.77%. Like, that's how much the earnings are expected to grow. And like when you look at that, that's probably not a good number, but man, the performance over the last year to date is 42%. So sometimes the numbers, you got to look at everything in totality. Otherwise, you're probably going to miss the boat on some of these trades. Another one I want to get into is AMC. AMC is down pretty big. And the only reason why I like AMC is it's a good trading stock. Basically, when it bottoms out, you buy it and you wait for it to run up, then you sell it. You wait for it to crash, and then before it crashes, hopefully you get some positive return. Then you sell it, wait for it to bottom out again, because that's what's been happening with the AMC stock. For some reason, they have not been able to gain any kind of positive momentum or traction. As a matter of fact, year to date, they're down 35%. But in that 35% period of time, if we go back and we look maybe 3 months, or even a month. So from March, I would say March the 21st, they went up from March 21st till March the 28th. Within a 6-week period of time, they went up 85%. In a 1 week period of time, that's like 6 days, they went up 85%. So if you were in that stock, which I was, and now I'm out, I think it was like 45% because I got in partway through and I was like, man, this is crazy. This thing's going to take off. So I bought it for myself and some other clients that, I understand that they're okay taking certain risks at certain times, and it went up, and then I sold it. And then as soon as we sold it, it started going down, and now it's down over the last 3 months, 7%. The last 6 months is down 59%. So there are periods and times where you can trade AMC, but again, it's just a trade play. To me, buying AMC is like buying crypto. But AMC, I do feel good about their story coming out of the pandemic, going into the summer months, going into when the summer movies come out. I feel good about it, so I'm probably going to get in on it again. One of my other top picks is Constellation Energy Group. That's another one. They're up about 21 to, I think it's 25% as of today over the last month. This is over the last month. That's pretty good. I might want to double check that real quick. CEG, Constellation Energy Group, over the last month, they're up 29.28% over the last month. And so that's a pretty good number. So I like them because they provide alternative energy. They provide electricity, and they also nuclear, I believe, is one of the types of energy that they provide. Now, to me, this is a little bit of a contrarian pick due to the fact that it's contrary to what a lot of people want in terms of they don't want nuclear energy. They want clean energy. They want renewable energy. Well, nuclear energy is one of the most efficient form of energy to produce. Mind you, we got to figure out the other side, the side effects of it, but it's pretty cheap to produce. It doesn't hurt the environment per se unless you dump the waste somewhere. And that's the whole thing about it, right? We're going to need this type of energy if we're ever going to graduate fossil fuels. And honestly, I don't ever think we're going to get rid of fossil fuels because too many countries need fossil fuels. They export fossil fuels as their main source of income. So try getting rid of that in those countries and you're going to have a problem. I don't think they're going to let you just willy-nilly come and walk away from fossil fuels. So there's a lot of things behind that. And to that point, I bought BTU, which is a coal coal producer, right? So BTU, they produce coal, and that's another big one. So, and this month they're up 46%. Over the last 6 months, BTU is up 63%. Year to date, BTU is up 218%. And one time someone said to me, they said, I don't want any fossil fuels in my portfolio. I want clean energy. I want things that are like ESG, things that are socially good for the world. I'm like, okay. And my response was, do you want to feel good or do you want to make money? That's the bottom line. Do you want to feel good or do you want to make money? Now, we can do some of that, but if you're, ESG, to me, I'm not even going to get into that because, say, for example, if you said, I want to make money versus feeling good. So clean energy, electric charging stations, different things like that. I'm going to pit BTU against Blink charging station. Now, this is the company that puts out the charging stations to charge electric cars and different things like that. Well, year to date, Blink is down 13.28% and BTU is up 218%. That is a huge difference. And so I tell people, when you're looking at investing, you can have some moral things in there. There's some things that I won't put into my clients' portfolios for most of my clients feel the same way for morality reasons and different things like that. But other times we're looking at, okay, how do we beat inflation? How do we keep up with the cost of living? How do we make sure that we're never going to run out of money? And one way to never run out of money in your portfolio is to make sure you're buying stuff that makes money. I mean, if you're investing, the objective of investing is to make money. If you want to feel good, go join a cause or donate money to a cause, right? And then to make money off of feeling good investing, that's kind of hard, so you have to look at how to put those companies in there. Now, if you really want to feel good and make money, then Tesla is a good one, but Tesla is extremely volatile. So you can, again, find companies that will do that, but it just has to be something that's going to make money and something that everybody wants, not just have a feel good story. So there's a lot of different factors that kind of go into this. And then speaking of electric cars, one of the things we need for electric cars is we need lithium. And so I picked up Livent Corporation, LTHM. They produce what we need to make batteries. And so they're down 1.93%, but I don't think they're going to be down for long. But, I do like them. They just took a hit the other day, so that's why they're down. But before then, they were up 15.89% the other day. So they're trading kind of volatile. Another one that I like is, I want to say Dollar General. That's another one that I like. I also like Hilton Vacations. I like them. You can do your due diligence on those. And the last one I want to talk about is Shockwave Medical. And they're up about 36% this month. Now, what is Shockwave Medical? Shockwave Medical is a company that created devices to treat cardiovascular disease. And you probably know this, but heart disease is the number one cause of death in the world. Heart disease. It is the number one cause of death, followed by cancer, followed by things like unintentional injuries like accidents. And you would be surprised. Accidents or unintentional injuries are the fourth leading cause of death in the U.S. overall, and the leading cause of death for those age 1 through 44. Unintentional injuries is number 3. That is a lot. And then it goes into a lot of different things, chronic and lower respiratory disease. And I think the last one, number 10 that made the list, was like suicide. And that's number 10 in the I think it's in the United States. But Shockwave, they're a decent company. You go and look at their numbers. And they treat heart disease. And I think that if you're going to have stocks in your portfolio that are, I would say, value stocks and different things like that, then you may want to take a look at a company like Shockwave. And I think they'll be a pretty good addition to a portfolio. But again, you got to do your own due diligence because investments, again, they do carry the risk of loss. And it's pretty neat. So when you go in there and you start doing your research, you start looking at these different companies, and what they do and what they produce, that's the most important thing to understand is what do they do, right? Are they really relevant? And if they're relevant now, are they going to be relevant 3 or 4 years down the road? The only thing about Shockwave is they have a pretty high PE, which is a forward-looking type of thing, price to earnings, and it's 142. So basically, when you see that, the company's going to have to keep up. They're going to have to produce earnings. The problem is this expected earnings growth 3 to 5 years is not available, and so they don't really know what this company is going to do as far as earnings go, but I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty big. It's technology, it's medical, and that's going to be another one of the leading fields that I believe that also pulls us out of the situation that we're in right now. So that's pretty much it for today. I wanted to kind of just give you a peek into my head, like what are some of my top picks. And these picks kind of round out some of the other holdings that I have that I won't get into. These are good ones to have. I think I forgot, Chipotle Mexican Grill. I think they're a good one because they can pass on cost to their consumers, and then they know how to keep their costs down as well. So again, eating out, you may want to take a look at McDonald's, Yum Brands. They own KFC and Pizza Hut. Take a look at some of these things, Domino's Pizza, look at where these guys are, and then figure out if they're going to be good picks for you to hold as well. These are kind of like my satellite holdings. They're not my core holdings, and they kind of round out some of my portfolios. And so thanks for letting me share with you. If you figure you don't have time to do this yourself and you want somebody to do it for you, click in the show notes, get on my schedule, and then we'll talk about how we can create a portfolio for you to, number one, help get you from where you are today to where you want to be. And then number two, have somebody professionally doing this so you can get on and do the things that you really care about. All right. So until next time, everybody, 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.